Welcome to the Snakebite, your home for all things Florida Southern College athletics, where we bring you inside access into the world of moccasin athletics. Here are your hosts, Andrew Pollen and George Connolly.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Snakebite. I'm George Connolly, and here's what the Mocs have been up to. The women's basketball team improved to 4-2 on the season and 2-0 in Sunshine State Conference play after defeating the Barry Buccaneers by a final of 59-54 on Saturday. Our own Jillian Kurtz caught up with assistant coach Megan Dzikas. Here's what she had to say.
Thanks, George. I'm here with women's basketball assistant coach Megan Dzikas. And coach, your girls won both their conference games last week. How important is it for them to get a strong start in the conference play?
It's always important. Our conference is strong with a couple of top 25 teams, but we had some great road wins against Embry, tough Embry team, and then a tough Barry team as well at their places.
This weekend you traveled to Missouri for a pair of road games. What are your expectations for those matchups?
Just to get better each game and improve and build on what we've done. So the past two games, our road games with Embry and Barry, and then again, another challenging teams with Northwest Missouri and Missouri Western. So just getting better and learning from each a game, especially with 7 young freshmen. So we're just trying to get better and build and learn and continue it to our conference play and our hosting our tournament in December as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in Missouri, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jillian. Becky Kalaidiev was named SSC Defensive Player of the Week after averaging 5 rebounds and 4 steals over the pair of the Mocs games last week. Well, Andrew, we see the girls having some momentum going their way heading into their upcoming road trip. What do you expect from them?
Well, they won the first 2 games of the road trip. Now they head to Missouri this weekend for the last 2 games. They beat Barry without having their best stuff on offense, and they couldn't win games, the first couple of games in the season, if they didn't have their best offense. The defense stepped up. Becky Kalaidiev was great in the 2 games that they've played so far, and that's good to see that they're more of a well-rounded team now. Even when they only shot 30% or so from the field, they managed to pull out the win because of how strong they were on defense. That's a great sign.
Absolutely. And looking ahead to winter break, the Mocs play 4 matchups here at home. What are you expecting of that team?
Winter matchups are tough for basketball because a majority of the student body is off campus. They're not around. There's still going to be that support and that crowd that's there, but it won't be the same as your matchups that you get during semesters as far as student body attendance. It just can't be. But everyone who's on campus, that's going to be the main thing going on, and I guarantee you all of those people will be there. It's just interesting to see how that lack of a home crowd is going to affect the team. In a road environment, you wouldn't notice it as much. But when you have that expectation level that our moccasin athletes do as our home games are attended fairly well, it becomes a bit of a factor that you notice. They do have the new scoreboard and the Jumbotron in the field house. That'll be up by the end of this week. I think that's going to be key to try to just keep the momentum and keep that place loud, even though there might be a lack of actual people in those games.
Sure. Thank you for those great insights, Andrew. Now let's check in on swim. In men's swimming news, the Mocs placed first in the Panther Invite this past weekend. The team had 6 top 5 finishes, scoring 640.5 points over the 3-day event. The women placed second with a total of 462 points, trailing Rollins, who finished with 648 points. The Mocs had the most combined points with 1,102.5. Matias Lopez was named SSC Swimmer of the Week after placing first in 5 events and finishing in second in 1 event at the Panther Invite. The teams are back in action on December 16th as they travel to Clearwater for the Spartan Invite.
The men's basketball team split their conference matches this week, improving their record to 4-1 on the season. Our own Lexi Potter spoke with associate head coach Mike Makubika earlier this week. Here's what he had to say about the team's performance.
Thanks, Andrew. Coach, your team picked up their first conference win on Saturday against Barry. What was working well for the guys in that win?
It was a big win for us in our program. Our guys did a really good job rebounding. And one thing about Barry is they shoot the ball well from 3, and they were taking 25 threes per game. And we told our guys we just got to just defend the 3-point line, stop them in transition, and we should walk out of here with the win. And our guys executed the game plan, did a great job. We had a great showing from our seniors. They led us, all 5 of them. I know a couple of them didn't play, but they were leaders in the locker room and on the bench for us. Mm-hmm. So we did a good job getting a good win down there at Barry, and we're ready for our next challenges.
So this weekend, the team opens up their home portion of the schedule with the Terrace Hotel Thanksgiving Classic. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like in those games?
It's going to be electric. We have two heavyweights coming in. New Haven is one of the better teams in the East region, and we have a really good team in our region down here in the South, Valdosta State, who's currently ranked 9th in the country. So it's always good to play against nationally ranked teams, and it'll be a good challenge and opportunity for us.
Definitely. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lexi. The Mocs will be playing at home on Friday and Saturday at 7:30 against New Haven and Valdosta State, respectively. Now, George, you said a couple of weeks ago that this early season road stand for the men's team could make or break them. I believe the term you used was road warriors. They went 4-1 over the 5-game road trip. How important is that for them?
I think it's really important for a couple of reasons. One, they're proving themselves as that road team that we and all the Moccasin fans wanted them to be. 4-1 is an excellent record to have on the road and to fight through that. Another thing that's very key is they won't be fighting out of a hole this season. When you're starting off on that good note, you're not trying to claw your way back. They're already at the forefront, so all they need to do is just keep that momentum going. So they don't have to turn anything around. They just need to keep that ship headed in the right direction.
And you heard what Mac just said. What are your thoughts on the upcoming home tournament for the Mocs?
I think it's going to be a great opportunity for this team to really come together and put their season fully into the right direction. Obviously, they're off to a great start, but with a home tournament like this, you kind of get that feel of a lot of workload. It's pretty busy, and this is something that you'll see throughout the playoffs and in the more important stages of their season. It'll be great for them just to kind of get that feeling and to get those games under their belt.
Well, remember, for those of you in the Lakeland area, the men's team will be playing at home at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday this upcoming Thanksgiving weekend. Cross-country standout Mason Jones finished in 88th out of the 267 runners in last week's NCAA D2 National Championship race in California. Jones now holds the second fastest 10K time in school history, finishing with a time of 31 minutes and 58.7 seconds, only 29.4 seconds off from the program record set in 2006 by Eric Walker. Head coach Matt Levasseur said, quote, "Mason ran courageously. He competed tough and will be ready to lead his teammates on a quest to build the depth they will need to compete in Southern Indiana next year," end quote.
The volleyball team wrapped up their season with a pair of road losses against Palm Beach Atlantic and Barry over the weekend. Sophomore Bea Formalon finished the season 4th in program history after averaging 4.86 digs per set over the 24 matches she competed in. Formalon reached double digits in digs 23 out of her 24 matches. Freshman Allie Travis ended the season by recording double-digit kills in 9 of her last 10 matches.
As this is our last show this semester, George, Jillian, and I would like to take a moment to recognize everyone who helped out behind the scenes this fall. A huge thank you goes out to our technical producer, Ken Everett, content producer, Michaela Queen, in-studio crew of Lexi and Sophia, all the coaches and administrators who made themselves available for interviews, the FSC athletic communication staff of Ryan, Chris, Will, and John, and our athletic director, Drew Howard. The Snakebite would not have been possible without their contributions. And of course, thank you to all of you at home who tune in and come to us for your updates on the Mocs. That's all from us this semester on the Snakebite. We'll see you guys back in January. I'm Andrew Pauling.
I'm George Connolly. Take care.